My dear one, let's begin softly today. You are safe here, you are seen, and you are deeply loved. There is a gentle river within you, a current that wants to carry you to a place of calm prosperity. You don't need to rush to catch it. You don't need to prove yourself to receive it. All that is asked is that you rest into the knowing that abundance is your natural state. Just as the sun shines without needing to be invited, prosperity too is always shining, waiting for you to open the windows of your heart. I understand that money has not always felt gentle. For many, money has been a source of stress, of tension, of silence in the home, or worry in the stomach. But let me tell you something beautiful. Money itself is not the cause of those feelings. Those come from the stories we were told, the fears we picked up, the beliefs we unknowingly absorbed. Money is neutral. It is simply energy. And you, with all the love and peace inside of you, have the power to teach this energy how to treat you. You can begin today. Close your eyes gently and breathe in. With your breath, feel your shoulders relax. Let the weight of trying to figure it all out fall to the floor. You are not alone in this journey. Life supports you. The universe is on your side. Everything around you responds to your vibration, your intention, your inner feeling. So let's start gently, shall we? Today you are invited to let money become soft in your heart. Not something to chase, not something to beg for, but something that flows naturally toward you, like a stream toward the ocean. You are not separate from the flow. You are part of it. You are worthy of it. There is no mistake in your presence here. You are awakening to something very powerful, a realization that money does not arrive from effort alone, but from alignment, from connection to self, from a loving openness. When you begin to believe in your own value, money begins to believe in you too. And that belief is a frequency, a tone your heart sings. The more love you allow in, the louder the music becomes. Sometimes it can feel hard to believe in this idea when bills pile up or when the bank account feels too quiet. But that's okay. You're not asked to pretend everything is perfect. You're only asked to hold space for a new possibility, that perhaps, even now, life can begin to show you a different way. Even a small willingness opens the door. You might say softly, I am willing to see money with love. Just that, not forcing anything, just becoming willing. That willingness becomes a light in the dark, and light always calls more light. Now let us talk about something very important, what lives beneath the surface. Often it isn't just lack of money that we are working through. It is a sense of being undeserving, a fear of taking up space, a belief that others can thrive, but somehow not us. These thoughts are not the truth. They are old garments we were handed a long time ago, and you, dear one, are allowed to outgrow them. You were not born believing you were unworthy. You learned it. Maybe someone showed you fear. Maybe you were told to stay small. But now, with this loving awareness, you can begin to unlearn. You can begin to return home to yourself. There is no race, no pressure, just presence. I invite you sometime today to sit quietly with your reflection. Look into your own eyes, not to fix anything, just to meet yourself with kindness. This is mirror work. You can place a hand on your heart and say softly, I am open to receiving. I am safe to prosper. Say it even if you don't fully believe it yet. The belief will come. Trust in the repetition. Trust in the softness. When we begin to say kind things to ourselves, even when they feel unfamiliar, something magical happens. The nervous system relaxes, the heart opens, and the body starts to feel safe in new ways. That safety is a doorway for abundance. When we feel safe, we become available to receive, and that's what prosperity needs, a place to land. You do not need to have it all figured out today. The path is revealed step by step. Like petals of a flower, each layer of your journey will unfold in perfect time. But the decision to walk this new path, to view money with softness, to open your heart to the energy of plenty, that choice, that first step, is powerful beyond measure. Now let's breathe together again. Inhale gently, and on your exhale, let go of an old belief about money that no longer serves you. You may not even know what it is. That's okay. Your intention is enough. Each breath is a clearing. Each loving thought is a seed. You are not too late. You are not too far behind. The universe does not keep score. It only mirrors what you are willing to feel. And today, you are feeling something new, a softness, a hope, a quiet knowing that maybe, just maybe, prosperity can be your friend. And so it shall be. So let it begin here, in the heart. Let abundance rise like the morning sun, not from striving, but from surrender, not from doing, but from being. You are enough just as you are, worthy of wealth, worthy of rest, worthy of all good things. And now, let us gently turn toward another doorway, the inner resistance we sometimes hold without even knowing. Resistance doesn't mean failure. It doesn't mean something is wrong. It simply means there is a part of us that is still scared, still uncertain, and that part too deserves our love. Often we've been taught that wanting money is greedy or that spiritual people shouldn't focus on wealth. But these are just old ideas passed down by those who were afraid. Money is not evil. It is a tool. It is a bridge. It is a loving energy that reflects how open we are to receiving. You can be deeply spiritual and deeply prosperous. There is no conflict. In fact, when money is in the hands of a kind heart, it becomes a blessing to all. Still, there may be parts within that hold on to lack. Perhaps the belief that there's not enough to go around, or that it's too late to change. These thoughts may rise like clouds, but you are not the clouds. You are the sky. The thoughts will pass. You don't need to fight them. Just meet them with curiosity and kindness. Here is a beautiful practice. When a resistant thought appears like, I'll never have enough, pause. Place a hand on your heart, breathe, and say softly, that's just a thought, and I am choosing a new one. Then choose something gentle, like I am learning to receive, or I am open to the flow. Small phrases, gentle invitations. Every time you replace fear with love, you clear a little more space. And into that space, abundance flows. Not all at once, not always in the way you expect, but it comes. It always comes. And sometimes resistance shows up as self-sabotage. You begin to receive, and then you shrink. You say yes, and then quickly say no. That's okay. Be gentle with yourself. This is just an old protective pattern, like a guard dog that once kept you safe but now barks too loudly at every new opportunity. Thank it for trying to help, and gently invite it to rest. You do not need to force your way into prosperity. You only need to stop blocking what already wants to reach you. That is the beautiful truth. Prosperity is already moving in your direction. Your job is to clear the doorway. So today, you might reflect, what am I still holding that says I am not allowed to thrive? You don't need to answer right away. Just ask with kindness. The awareness will come. It always does. Let every moment of reflection be filled with compassion. You are doing beautifully, even when it feels slow, even when you still worry. That is human. and you, in all your humanness, are still deeply worthy of miracles. Say softly, even now, I am safe to grow, I am safe to release, I am safe to receive. Let those words be your lullaby. Let them sink deep into your body, into your cells, into your breath. And know this too, when you feel resistance, it means you are growing. The discomfort is not failure, it is expansion. Just like a flower pushing through the soil, there may be resistance, but that doesn't stop the bloom. The bloom always comes. You are blooming now, slowly, gently, and you are being supported in ways you cannot yet see. The universe is arranging beauty for you. Keep your heart open, keep choosing softness, and let's continue walking together, one breath at a time. There is a quiet shift that begins to happen when one starts to feel truly worthy. Not worthy because of what was accomplished or achieved, not because of effort or comparison, but worthy just by being. Worthy because the breath still flows, the heart still beats, and the soul still dreams. This kind of worthiness does not shout. It does not beg. It simply is. It rests like a gentle truth at the center of the spirit, waiting to be remembered. When you begin to see yourself through the eyes of love, everything changes. You start to walk differently. You speak with more softness. You no longer feel the need to explain or defend your desires. You understand deeply that wanting more does not make you ungrateful. It makes you alive. It makes you open to receiving all that life is ready to give. And life wants to give to you. Abundance longs to be in partnership with you. But that relationship starts from the inside, not with strategies or spreadsheets, but with self-acceptance, with a feeling of, I am enough. When this feeling begins to grow, the world around you begins to shift in response. You don't need to fix anything about yourself to be worthy of wealth. You don't need to wait until you're more productive, more organized, or more confident. You are worthy now, in your softness, in your becoming, in your healing. Say gently to yourself, I am worthy of good. I am worthy of ease. Let the words wrap around you like a warm blanket. Let them be a comfort, not a command. You don't need to force belief. Just speak them. Speak them with kindness. Sometimes we confuse humility with hiding. We think that to be humble means to stay small. But the most radiant humility is born from knowing your worth and still choosing to walk with grace. It is not arrogant to know you are valuable. It is sacred. You were born with value. That value cannot be taken. It can only be forgotten. But now you are remembering. Picture yourself as a garden. Your worthiness is the rich soil beneath the surface. You may not always see it, but it nourishes everything you wish to grow. Without it, the seeds of prosperity struggle to take root. But when you tend to that soil, when you care for your sense of worth with love and patience, the blossoms come, the harvest arrives. One gentle way to strengthen this soil is through loving words spoken to yourself in the mirror. Look into your own eyes, not to judge, just to witness. Say softly, you are precious to me, even if it feels strange at first. Stay with it. Every time you speak kindly to yourself, you restore the bridge to your inner light. Another way is to notice when you downplay your value. Perhaps you brush off compliments, or you feel uncomfortable receiving support. In these moments, pause, breathe, and choose a new thought. I am safe to be seen. I allow support into my life. This is not about ego. This is about truth. When you honor your worth, you give others permission to do the same. Your worthiness becomes a light others can find their way by. You become a mirror of possibility. And now we turn to the beautiful power of thought. thought is not just mental activity, it is creative force. Each thought you repeat is like a brushstroke on the canvas of your life, and you are the artist. The thoughts you hold most often become the beliefs you carry, and those beliefs shape your experience. If your inner dialogue is filled with lack, fear, or comparison, then the world around you begins to reflect those themes. But the beauty is this: you can choose new thoughts. You can gently guide your mind back toward abundance. You don't need to control every thought. That would be exhausting. Instead, you can plant a few loving thoughts that feel good and return to them often. Let them become familiar. Let them become home. Here are a few soft ones to begin with. Money flows to me in expected and unexpected ways. I trust life to support me generously. Every day I become more open to abundance. Say them slowly. Feel them in your body. There is no rush. There is only resonance. When you find a phrase that brings peace, let it sit with you like a friend. Repeat it when you're brushing your teeth or when you're waiting in line. These small repetitions begin to shift the atmosphere of your mind. And as your thoughts shift, your actions shift too. You begin to notice opportunities you once overlooked. You begin to speak more confidently. You attract new connections. Life begins to mirror your new inner reality. You can also turn your affirmations into rhythm. A soft mantra said in the same tone each day becomes like a heartbeat. Repeating the same loving phrase each morning before you even check your phone or begin your tasks sets the tone for the whole day. You might say, "Today I walk in the vibration of plenty," or "I am open to receive and I do so with joy." These words are not magic spells. They are reminders. They anchor you in a higher frequency, one that is calm, trusting, and magnetic. There is great power in consistency. You don't have to be perfect. You only have to return. Return to love. Return to calm. Return to the quiet, knowing that your thoughts are tools, not enemies. Use them wisely. Use them gently. And now let us speak about something very tender and powerful: gratitude. Gratitude is not about pretending everything is okay. It's about finding one small thing to be thankful for, even in the middle of challenge. Gratitude opens the heart. It softens the grip of fear, and it creates space for miracles. Think of gratitude as a warm current. The more you rest in it, the more it carries you to places of beauty. You don't need a big moment to feel grateful. Sometimes it's the simplest things: the warmth of your blanket, the light filtering through a window, the breath in your chest. When you give thanks for what you already have, you invite more to flow in. Not because the universe demands gratitude as payment, but because gratitude tunes your spirit to receive. It turns your awareness toward what is working, what is possible, what is kind. You might begin each morning by placing your hands over your heart and whispering, "Thank you." Not to anyone in particular, just a soft thank you to life, to breath, to this moment. Let that be enough. And throughout your day, when a moment of peace finds you, when something makes you smile, when something feels gentle, pause and say, "This too is abundance." Let gratitude become your anchor. You can also practice gratitude in writing. Each night before sleep, list 3 things you are thankful for, big or small. Let your heart speak. This practice begins to rewire your focus. It teaches your mind to seek the good. As you do this, you may begin to feel a shift. Life starts to feel more generous, not because everything has changed, but because you are seeing differently. Your vision is becoming clearer, your heart more open, and that openness is magnetic. To deepen this, you can try a visualization. Close your eyes. Imagine a golden light flowing around you. See it entering your heart, filling your body, expanding into your space. With each breath, this light becomes brighter. Say softly, I am surrounded by abundance. I am grateful. I am ready. Feel the light respond. This is not fantasy. This is frequency. What you feel, you attract. What you appreciate, appreciates. Gratitude is not a task. It is a way of being, a way of walking gently through the world, eyes open to wonder. When you walk in gratitude, you align with grace, and in that alignment, all things become possible. Let us continue forward together with open hearts and steady breath. You are doing so well. Keep allowing, keep softening, and trust life is listening. Money is not a force that stands against you. It is not a stranger lurking in the distance. It is a companion, waiting patiently to walk beside you in life. And like any good companion, money wants to be welcomed, not feared, not chased, not mistrusted. When you begin to see money as a loving partner, everything softens. The struggle begins to ease. The tightness in your chest loosens. Because now you are no longer pushing against. You are walking with. You might ask, how do I build this relationship? The answer is with tenderness, with listening, with appreciation, just as you would with any connection you want to nurture. Start by noticing the ways money already supports you, the roof over your head, the meal on your table, the pair of shoes that carried you through the day. These are not small things. They are acts of love, quietly offered by the energy of money. Begin to speak to money kindly in your mind, not as a thing, but as a presence. Thank you for showing up today. Thank you for helping me feel safe. I trust you and I welcome you. These words, spoken regularly, build a bridge of trust. The more love you send out, the more that love returns in form. And when fear arises, and it may, offer it compassion. Do not shame yourself for feeling afraid. Instead, say to the fear, I hear you, but I choose peace. Then return to your center, back to love, back to your intention to relate to money with harmony. Here is a small practice you can use. Take a few minutes each day to write a short letter to money. Let it be honest. Let it be soft. Tell it how you feel. Tell it what you hope for. Then close the letter with love. I am learning to receive you. I am grateful for your presence. This daily connection slowly melts resistance and creates space for more trust. Your words have power. The energy behind them reaches far beyond what the eye can see. When you speak to money with warmth, you invite it closer. When you treat it with respect, it responds in kind. Just like any relationship, it grows through attention, care, and presence. And now, as you open to this new relationship, you may feel called to make space, to let go of what no longer serves, to clear the clutter, both inside and outside, that blocks your flow. This doesn't mean tossing everything away. It means releasing with intention, making room for something better. Let go of thoughts that whisper, I'm not ready, or it's too late. Let go of habits that reinforce lack. Let go of environments that drain your spirit. Each release is an invitation. Each clearing is a door. You can begin by simply noticing what no longer feels aligned. Does a certain thought make your chest tighten? Does a space in your home feel heavy? These are clues. Follow them gently. Ask, what would feel lighter? What would feel more true? Then act with love. Even the act of organizing a drawer or giving away what you no longer use sends a signal. It says, I am ready. Ready for ease. Ready for new. Ready for prosperity to enter. And sometimes It is the emotional clutter that needs to be released. Old hurts, regret, stories of failure. These are heavy coats that you no longer need to wear. You are allowed to set them down. You are allowed to feel free. A beautiful practice is breath work. Close your eyes, inhale deeply, and as you exhale, imagine releasing one old belief. Let it float away like a feather. Inhale again, exhale doubt, inhale again, exhale scarcity. Each breath becomes a blessing. Each breath opens space. You are not erasing your past. You are simply choosing to no longer let it define your future. You are choosing love, and love always brings miracles. Now that your space is open and your heart is softened, let's create some loving rituals that keep you connected to this flow. You don't need a big plan, just a few gentle practices that you can return to each day. One beautiful ritual is mirror work. Each morning, look into your eyes and say, I am open to receiving all the prosperity life wants to give me. Let it be simple. Let it be consistent. This daily reminder rewires the mind and opens the heart. Another is a gratitude journal written specifically for abundance. Each evening, write down 5 ways abundance showed up. It could be a smile, a meal, a kind word, a new idea. The more you notice, the more you receive. You may also create an abundance altar or corner in your space. Place items that symbolize wealth to you, a gold stone, a coin, a flower in bloom. Let it be a visual reminder of what you are welcoming. Let it whisper to your subconscious, abundance is safe here. Consistency is the key. These rituals are not chores. They are sacred moments with yourself. They are acts of love. Each time you show up for yourself, you show the universe that you are ready, and the universe listens. You don't need to be perfect. You don't need to never worry again. You only need to keep showing up with gentleness, with faith, and with a willingness to grow. And now, in this sacred space we've created together, let's speak about timing. One of the hardest lessons on the journey to prosperity is trusting the timing of life. There are moments when it feels like nothing is moving. When you've done the work, said the affirmations, opened your heart, and still you wait. This is where trust becomes your greatest ally. Trust is not passive, it is a deep knowing, a resting in the belief that what is meant for you is on its way, that just because you cannot see it yet does not mean it is not coming. Think of a seed beneath the soil. You do not dig it up every day to check on its growth. You water it. You trust the process. This is how the universe works. It is always working behind the scenes, arranging, aligning, preparing. Your job is not to control the outcome. Your job is to stay aligned with love, to remain open, and to keep your faith alive. When impatience rises, breathe. When doubt whispers, return to your practices. Say gently, I trust the process of life. Everything I desire is making its way to me now. Let that become your comfort. You may not know the exact how or when, but that is not your role. Your role is to stay in your center, to hold the vibration of what you want as if it is already yours, to walk through your days with grace, knowing that life is always responding to your energy. And now, as we bring all of this together, let me hold your heart with this final truth. You were never meant to struggle through life. You were meant to thrive. You were not placed here to prove your worth. You were born worthy. And the journey of abundance is not about becoming someone else. It is about returning to who you already are. You are a being of light, a vessel for joy, a magnet for good. And every time you choose love over fear, softness over struggle, trust over doubt, you step into your natural state. a state where money flows gently, where life supports you tenderly, and where you rise with peace in your soul. Let yourself be guided by kindness. Let each step forward be wrapped in gentleness. If you fall, rise slowly. If you worry, return to your breath. There is no race. There is only the rhythm of your own heart, beating in harmony with all of creation. Speak to yourself often with love. Let your words be sweet, your actions compassionate, your thoughts nourishing. You are doing beautifully, you are transforming, and the universe delights in your becoming. So take a moment now, place your hands over your heart and say softly, I am open to receive. I am safe to prosper. I am in harmony with life. I allow abundance to bless me now. And so it is.